Partnered by Time's Influence.
A grand battle of wits amongst the sharpest engineering minds in India. Time's Ascent Engineering Mastermind, India's biggest inter-corporate quiz, returns with its riveting 7th edition.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really immensely pleased to be here for this 7th edition of Time's Ascent Engineering Mastermind Quiz. Murugappa Group has been associated for the past 4 years. As we all know, we celebrate the 51st year of Engineers Day in India. I am really pleased that such a lot of participation has been there for this, and I congratulate all the people who have been associated with this to make this Times Mastermind Quiz a wonderful one. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
(2012) was the first year when we did our first Ascent Engineering Mastermind event. Since then, the kind of a participation, enthusiasm, energy we have really seen. And what really gives me pride this year is not only just engineers' enthusiasm, but look into the support of all the companies behind to make this happen. So special mention and thanks to Murugappa Group for showing the confidence in this property, helping us really take this to the next level. Thank you everyone, and let's look forward to an electrifying afternoon this day again. Thank you.
After a bout of engaging zonals in Mumbai, Bengaluru, Delhi, Chennai, Pune, Hyderabad and Ahmedabad, the shortlisted contestants competed for the coveted honour in the grand finale.
Get 10 points, yes! We are the lucky ones today to host the brightest minds, the masterminds from all over India, right here in Guindy, in Chennai. And before we do go ahead, let me have a quick roundup of rules. As we know, we are having 7 finalists from 7 leading cities of India, and there is going to be only one Engineering Mastermind 2018. We will start with the first round of the national finals of Times Ascent Engineering Mastermind 2018 with a round called Mastermind. We will have questions based on the alphabets of Mastermind on the buzzer. All 7 teams, we will start with a +10 or a -10 on the buzzer right away. Let's begin with the national finals of our quiz here today. First question, here is the question. Developed by Edward Weston, this trademarked alloy of typically 84% copper, 12% manganese, and 4% nickel. I already have an answer. Yes, sir, what are we looking for?
Is this Monel?
Is this?
Monel, M-O-N-E-L.
Oh, Monel. Is this Monel? That's not the answer, sir. I was looking for. Well, I have to award you a -10 on that, Bombardier. I will move on to the second question on the buzzer. In aeronautics, it is a measure of the ratio of the wingspan. I have L&T from Chennai for 10 points. Yes, sir.
Aspect ratio.
Put your hands together for them. Yes! Aspect ratio. They did not even let me finish the question. 10 points to you, Chennai. I'll be moving on to the third question now. Mostly used in conjunction with cushions and spring, these are a form of dashpot. That is, it's a damper which resists. I'm looking for an answer already. This is from you.
Stabilizer bar.
Stabilizer bar. I wish. I'm not looking for stabilizer bar. That's a negative for Team 5. That's a -10. I will have to move on to the next question on the buzzer, starting with a T. Which branch of engineering deals with the study of relative motion between surface? I have the last team 7. Yes, sir, for a 10-pointer.
Tribology.
Is the right answer. Tribology is the right answer. Very well done. 10 points to team 7 there. Yes, from Ahmedabad. Let's move to the next question. How do we originally know the process of thermionic emission in light bulbs? Thermionic emission in light bulbs. I'm looking back at Reliance there for 10 points. Yes, sir. I need a quick answer. This is on the buzzer. I'll have to award you a negative 10. on this.
Emissivity.
Emissivity is not what I was looking for. Negative 10. We are halfway there. We'll have 5 more questions on this way. Next question for the 7 finalists. Which electronic device and an electric device is a variable resistor? I need an answer.
Rheostat.
Is the right answer. Wow, what a way back. I'm moving on to the last 4 questions. Quite fast now. Here is a very, very interesting question. Popularly known as Tambis, how do we formally know these corps of engineers in the Indian Army? Yes, sir. This team 3 for 10 points. Quick answer on this.
It's the Madras Sappers.
Is that a question?
No, it's an answer.
Beautifully done. That's a good answer. Madras Sappers. Which brings us to the last 3 questions now. All 7 teams, buzzers have been reset. These can be principally classified as turbines, paddles, and propellers. Yes, sir, for 10 points quickly. Team 3. I need an answer right now. I'll have to award a negative 10 on that. I was looking for impellers. Last 2 questions of the mastermind round of the India National Finals of the TAEM Ascent Engineering Mastermind. 3 distinct forms of this substance are called coal tar, shale, and petroleum. Yes, team 2, Chennai.
Naphtha.
Is the right answer. Put your hands together. Indeed, naphtha is the right answer. Here is your mastermind last question. Which process is characterized by forcing molten metal under a high pressure? I'll have to leave it there. Ahmedabad. Reliance, quickly, I need an answer.
Die casting.
Die casting. How did you get that? That's a 10-pointer to them. Beautifully done. We have come to the end of the first round.
In Murugappa, we believe engineering business is a key business, and we value engineering business. So I think it's a great association to be, part of this.
Such events are going to instill quite a lot of confidence in the minds of engineers who are going to see this profession as really a great one.
Here is a very, very interesting question.
Stay tuned as the action continues in the 7th edition of the TAEM's Ascent Engineering Mastermind, and we reveal the winners.
Here is a very, very interesting question.
TAEM's Ascent Engineering Mastermind continues as the engineers battle it out for the coveted honor.
Bear in mind, there is a lot of quizzing still coming your way. Starting with round 2. This is for you. I will start to my left, which is Idea Forge, Team Mumbai. For 10 points, there is no negative. Question bounces for 10 points as well. All right, teams. First question for 10 points of the second round of the national finals. This for you, India Forge. Have a look at the screen now. Coromandel International Limited, the 11,000 crore company, is the second largest manufacturer of phosphatic fertilizers. Can you give us the name of their very large chain of stores which retail these fertilizers across Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka? That is my question for 10 points. This is for you, Idea Forge.
Coro Market.
This is called?
Coro Market.
Coro Market. That's the most beautifully constructed answer, which is not the right answer. This is for you, Bombardier. I need an answer now.
Right. I think it's Coro Gramo.
Coro?
Gramo, something with G, I guess.
Something with G?
Gramo.
I wish I could guess with you. I'll have to move on. This is for Quality Council of India. Yes, sir.
Is it Gromor?
Gromor. Can you elaborate a little bit? I'll give you that much.
Man Gromor something.
Oh, come on. They just did it. 10 points to them. Yes. Man Gromor or Namma Gromor in Karnataka. Next question is for you, Mercedes-Benz, for 10 points as well. TARI Nutraceuticals is the world leader in microalgal technology. It's part of the Murugappa group. The flagship product of the company is called something. The scientific name of this is, of course, Athrospira platensis. What are we talking about? We'll need a quick answer before we have to bounce further in case of a wrong answer. This is for you, General Electric. Yes.
Is this chlorella?
You are right there, but I can't give you those points. It has to bounce further.
Spirulina.
Spirulina is the right answer. That is a 10-pointer to Reliance Industries, which brings the bounce back to Idea Forge. Carborundum Universal Limited is the manufacturer of abrasives, industrial ceramics, super refractory products, etc. The ore from which zirconium oxide is extracted is called what?
Bentonite.
Bentonite would be a very wrong answer. I'll have to move on clockwise. This is to you, L&T, for 10 points as well. Moving fast, L&T. I'll have to bounce further. Bombardier bounces further to Quality Council of India.
Gypsum.
Gypsum would be in the correct quadrant, but in the wrong place at the periodic table. Yes, sir. What are we looking at?
Bauxite.
Bauxite is wrong, Mercedes. General Electric, last 2 attempts before the question is retired. No attempts. That's a gracious pass. Last attempt, Reliance Industries, for 10 points.
Zirconium mullite.
Zirconium.
Mullite. M-U-L-L-I-T-E.
Zirconium mulites would be slightly different from what we were looking for. We'll have to move to the next in line, which is you. L&T, this is your question, 4th question. TIDC, a part of Tube Investments of India, recently launched 2 specialty spare kits for high-end motorcycles. Can you give the name of the brand and its specialty? I'll simplify this for you. Just give me the name of the brand.
TI Cycles.
Not the answer I was looking for. Passes on, last attempt. Idea Forge before I have to retire this question.
Armstrong.
Armstrong is not the answer I was looking for. The question stands retired. I have 3 more questions in the round. This is for the next team in line. This is for you, Bombardier. The new BSA Ladybird cycles have been made with microalloys, making them lighter, yet strong and more resistant to corrosion. This is the first time actually that an entire cycle has been made from this material. What does microalloy contain? What is this made of?
Chromium, nickel, and iron.
Chromium, nickel, and
Iron.
iron would be a very heavy bike. I'll have to move on. Mercedes-Benz for 10 points.
Titanium alloy.
Titanium alloys. Can you give me one more component, constituent of this? Just give me one more.
Aluminium.
Aluminium would be quite wrong. Last attempt before the question is retired.
I think titanium, molybdenum, and Inconel.
They have gotten it almost right. I am going to give them the 10 points. Put your hands together for L&T Chennai. We'll be moving on to the next question. Since this has ended with an answer. Question 6 is for Bombardier. Coromandel International Limited is one of the leading manufacturers of NPK fertilizers. Apart from this, the company also manufactures organic fertilizers. Give me one brand of fertilizers.
Parry.
Parry would be a wrong answer. I'll have to move on to Quality Council.
Gromor.
Gromor. Oh, we are back at our... that's nicely done, but not the right answer. Yes, sir.
Sungrow.
Sun?
Grow.
Sungrow. Oh, I get it, but it's not the brand of fertilizers. Back to Idea Forge. Let's have a good answer on this Idea Forge.
Diamond.
Not diamond, for sure. Last question of the Murugappa round of the national finals. One of the group companies of Murugappa Group has a vault in their factory premises to store a raw material. Wow, so this unique raw material is used to make super abrasives. What is this raw material?
Tungsten carbide.
Tungsten carbide is not what we are looking for, QC. It has to move on to Mercedes-Benz for 10 points.
Silicon carbide.
Silicon carbide is also not the abrasive we are looking for. Moves on quickly, clockwise.
Quartz.
Quartz would be an interesting abrasive, not the right answer though. This is back to Reliance for 10 points.
Cubic boron nitride.
Not cubic boron nitride. Idea Forge, we are on the bounce here.
Diamonds.
Put your hands together. Idea Forge has just diamond itself back in the game, which brings us to the entrance of a beautiful little round. We are entering the round 3, which is called Topics. Let's have the next screen so we can explain the rules for the national finalists. Let's go to Sights and Sounds. First team on the screen will be Bombardier. All right, have a look at this visual and I will follow with my question. First invented by British engineer and mathematician Oliver Heaviside, its inner conductor and outer shield share a geometric axis. As you can see, they're effectively used for transmission lines for radio frequency signals and many more usages. What do we know them as?
It's a coaxial shielded cables.
Coaxial
Shielded cables.
shielded cables gets you the 10 points. All right, here is your question. This is for you, Mercedes-Benz, for 10 points. Rolling elements of bearing are secured with an inner layer and an outer frame. What is this casing called?
Deep groove.
Deep groove would be
Deep groove bearing. Basically bearing
deep groove bearing
or bearing.
or BL. Deep groove is not what I was looking for. Race is what I'm looking for. Race. I'll be moving on to the next team in line, which was General Electric. Here is your question. Shaped like a ring with teeth for locking, this is an important component in the design of automotive transmissions. It's used for linking the input shaft to the desired gear by meaning of interference caused by the locking of the teeth. What is it called?
This is a clutch.
I think we can't give it to you. I'm sorry, sir. You're looking for a dog clutch. I'll have to move on to the next team in line, which is Idea Forge for 10 points. It's a video, please have a look. Idea Forge, this is your question. Celebrating the ties between art, science, and technology, Halo is an immense art installation. It's very famous and covered in media. This was inspired by the raw data generated by which scientific organization? For 10 points.
NASA.
NASA would be a good attempt, but a wrong answer. CERN is what I was looking for. CERN. CERN is what I was looking for. Moving on to the next team. While constructing the Statue of Liberty, some 80 tons of copper sheet, which were about a quarter-inch thick, were cut into 300 pieces and then hammered by this particular process. The hammering reduced them to almost 3/32 of an inch. What is this process type? Basically, it's a work hardening specific to copper. What is this called?
Cold forging.
Not really, not really. I think I will have to disclose the answer. The answer I was looking for is repose. Next in line is L&T for 10 points. Let's have a look at the question. The earliest use of this technology was seen in World War II by Luftwaffe. Of course, we are talking about something which allowed the planes to operate at a higher efficiency at higher altitudes, which is important because the oxygen levels are lower. What are we talking about?
Oxygen masks or oxygen cylinders.
Oxygen cylinders. Just elaborate a little bit on this.
Related to some scuba diving and then relating it to oxygen cylinders, oxygen mask or something like that.
No, not really. What I was looking for is, it is difficult to carry NOS. It is difficult to carry nitrous oxide in the form which is usable. Refueling was a challenge. Yes, which brings us to the last question of this fantastic round. This is for you, Reliance Industries, professor at the Faculty of Engineering at University of Tokyo, pioneered a quality management process in the Kawasaki shipyards. Who are we talking about? Of course, he has won an array of medals and has sold a bunch of books. Who are we talking about?
We're going with Ishikawa, who is the designer of Ishikawa diagrams or the fishbone diagrams.
Of the fishbone diagrams, put your hands together. This is the final round of the grand finale of TAEM's Ascent Engineering Mastermind 2018. Here we go. By what general term do we know the attraction of intermolecular forces between molecules? I have, yes sir, team 6. What is your answer, General Electric?
Van der Waals forces.
Van der Waals forces. You need to be more confident to get those 10 points. Yes! I'll be moving on to the second question. Here it is. Before the advent of fuel injection systems,
Carburetors.
Bombardier, what is my question?
Carburetors.
That is my question.
That's your answer.
That's the right answer. Yes, indeed. 10 points to you, Bombardier. We will be moving on to the last 3 questions of the final countdown. Any helicopter, when it is flying, has 2 primary aerodynamic force components acting on it. One is called drag. What is the other? I have General Electric once again.
Lift.
Is the right answer? Yes. Let's have a look at the final 2 questions of the final countdown. It is a type of roller ball bearing primarily used in machines to support and transfer axial load. What is it called? I have Bombardier once again.
This would be a taper roller bearing.
Taper roller is not what I was looking for. That's a negative 10, which brings us to the final question of the final countdown of the national finals. The working principle of this device is based on the Bernoulli's principle.
Aircraft wing.
I wish I could have finished the question at your first. That's a negative 10. That was a good attempt, but which does bring us to the end of the grand finals. May I request Team Reliance Industries to just get up there? Give them a big round of applause, Chennai.
With another successful year of compelling and hearty competition, the curtains came down on the 7th edition of the TAEM's Ascent Engineering Mastermind Quiz. With Reliance Industries from Ahmedabad emerging as the winners of this grand finale. And L&T from Chennai finishing in the 2nd place.
There's a chance of winning it twice, and we are the first ones to win it twice, and that too in a row. Feels great.